What is a practice source, you may ask? Well, it's anyone who's very conscientiously doing a job of work and they're in the flow of work, so they use their talent, skills, and attention to make sure that they're doing the work as well as possible and looking for ways to do it better. This is a story about just that person, Jimmy, who maintains the grounds of a very well used public golf course. He's out there in the hot sun driving equipment and constantly making improvements wherever they're needed on this 18-hole golf course. One day, Jimmy noticed that after a considerable rain the night before, there was an erosion that occurred overnight and took a section of the bank next to where the bridge where people crossed over to the other side of the fairway would go many, many times a day. He could have jumped out, turned off his machine, of course, and jumped out and tried to fix that erosion himself, which, yes, it was his responsibility, but he knew from experience that the anchoring of that bridge counted on solid ground, which was no longer quite solid enough. And so he used his cell phone and called back to headquarters of this golf course and alerted them to this problem. Fortunately, his credibility was very high, and he rarely would report something that he couldn't fix himself or get some of the other groundsmen to do something about. In this case, he thought it might take a lot more, and here's the key. He's very concerned about the safety of people driving their golf carts across that bridge. It would not be safe at all if that bridge let go in one corner. They responded, and a couple of others came in, and then the public works person, because this is a public golf course, was summoned, and he came. In the meantime, golfers were routed around to another way of getting across that brook, fast running brook actually, and within an hour they had buttressed that particular corner of the bridge and tested it, of course, by driving golf carts across it. And then they allowed us to resume play, or us, the golfers, and I have empathy with all of them. Jimmy didn't look around for thanks. He went on with his equipment and continued his job because he was very proud of the way, first, there was a response, and secondly, about how the condition of the golf course pleased whom he called the guests. You would take Jimmy for granted if you were out there concentrating on your game, but he was also very friendly and always waved to the regular golfers and, when possible, asked how they were doing. This is a practice source. Saved possible damage or injury by caring a lot about the condition of his course. Yes, his course. If you have a Jimmy in the circles that you work and they help you see something to improve or fix, then thank him or her for their persistence in their perceptions. That's a practice source.